Live from Crawford Studios, it's CC.
What? What up, fellas? What's going on?
What's going on?
How you doing?
Doing
Chilling,
good.
bro.
Just well, not chilling.
I'm chilling.
It's hot as
It's
fuck
it's
outside.
comfortable. It's
We're going through a
comfortable
heat
now,
wave
right?
right
You guys
now
know,
where we
it's all
are.
right
Comfortable
over
in
here?
here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It is.
comfortable in
hot.
here. No, we're
Yeah.
chilling here. Outside, not so much.
Not so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, my car, when I came over today, it was 104 in my car.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had 101.
But there was a breeze, so I guess for me, it wasn't that, well, I had the windows rolled down. My AC broke.
Breeze is like a convection
It's
oven.
super hot. And,
It's an air fryer.
Yeah.
but we haven't had any really hot days like this until now.
Yeah.
We've
Yo.
had some hot days, but not like this hot.
Well, it's been a handful of years since we've been at 3 digits like this,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
what the news
Yeah,
was
I
saying
know.
before I came
I
out
know.
here. So
Because when we were younger, it would never be 3 digits. When it did happen, it was out of the ordinary. What
Right.
usually happened. Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's 101 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like.
And then we were in the
And
fire
since
hydrant anyway.
1912,
Yeah.
whatever town in New York,
Yeah.
like,
Oh, we were in the pump. We were in the fucking pool and shit. So,
Right. it didn't
I
matter.
remember
Yeah.
seeing a lot of 100 days in the 90s. That's when I was young.
90s.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Well-
more 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, in the 90s, I was in Florida for a little while. So.
I get it.
I was in my
I was a gypsy,
adolescence.
pretty much all over the place.
You a gypsy?
Yeah.
Hey, Zorba.
Check it out.
Start calling him Zorba.
So I figure we try another one of those rounds of the
Yeah,
questions, or just,
geez.
We got some
hypothetical
questions.
It's
Yeah.
not
I'm
necessarily a question.
I'm
you know what I mean?
scared. I'm scared.
Why? Don't be scared.
Dude, man, I don't know. The questions always got like,
No, I picked a good topic, man. Don't worry.
topic?
This is, well, you know what? Let me start it off this way because I apologize. You're right. So growing up for me, it was always about doing the right thing.
Right.
As long as you do the right thing, make sure you do the right thing,
Okay.
right?
Right.
That's how we were brought up. That's how
Right.
everything was. For
Yes.
us. So sometimes you get frustrated with those things in life in general. See, I do the right thing. What the fuck? This,
Right.
that, and the other thing.
Right.
Right. And then you have to remind yourself or be reminded of the fact that, but here, who are you actually really doing the right thing for? It's not anybody else. It's for you.
Okay.
It's for you. And but because you're the only one that makes a difference, that's important in the sense where you don't have to worry about everybody else. You're just worrying about you.
I don't see it that way.
You know what I mean?
I don't see it that way. Because for
'Cause
me, I'm going to tell you why before you say anything
No,
else.
no, go ahead.
Right.
Please.
It's because for me, it's about paying it forward. So example,
Well,
if I
wait.
do-
But hang on. You're going to the opposite of that.
well, because that's how I look at it. I don't
Okay.
look at it like I'm not doing something nice for, like, I'm not doing it. Like, I'm not turning around. I'm going to hold the door open for you.
Well, you're not,
because
but you're
it's
not
for me.
expecting anything for it. You're not doing it to
Okay.
get something out of it, is what I'm
Right.
saying.
What,
So in
that's
other
what I'm
words, you're not
saying.
doing it. You're doing it for yourself,
Right.
not something. Well, you're going to be rewarded, or
Right.
get something, or something good's going to happen to you because you
All
did
right.
the right thing.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. No,
Okay.
you're not doing that. You're doing the right thing because
Nice guy
to do the
did
right,
the- okay.
because it means important to
It
you.
feels
Even
good. Is that what you're saying?
but,
Doing it
but,
because
but sometimes it may not feel do it because that's the way you built.
Okay.
At least for me. And
No, I thought you were saying like you do it. People only do it because it feels good. So it's kind of self-serving. Kind of. I thought that's what
I
you're
guess
saying.
that's probably in a sense you
yeah.
could do that too. I mean,
Right.
you could feel good that you did. I'm
Yeah.
sure there's been many times in our lives where we've done the right thing and we
Hoping
felt
to
good
get
about it. We
Okay.
felt good about it.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? And you'd recognize it, but not in a conceited or,
Yeah.
pompous
Okay.
way.
All right.
Some
So then I
sort.
have a
Go ahead.
question.
So now you.
So I got a question then. So I get yelled at every once in a while, or a stern talking to, because of when it is I am nice. You know what I mean? Now, it doesn't matter if it's a dude or a chick that I do it, that I'm being nice to, but it's just a matter of like, oh, you let that person go through, well, because this guy was doing this or that lady was like that, so I held the door open or whatever. But you didn't do that when we were at the other store. I'm like, because you didn't see what that motherfucker was doing. Like, he's dragging ass. Like, now he's just looking at me and just walking slower instead of hurrying the fuck up a little. Like, I mean, I don't want you to run. I'm doing the solid of
Right,
holding
but if I
open.
hold
But
the door for you.
yeah, but put a little
Usually do a
pep in
little
your
jog
step.
or something.
Yeah, a little something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, right. So for me, I almost feel like I know who the asshole is. So I just like watch the door close on you. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of stuff. Or letting somebody in, depending on the kind of traffic I am,
Right.
that then I'll let somebody in the lane or whatever, So I'm like, yeah, no, I just don't like the way you look today, bro. Just get the fuck in the back of the line. You know what I mean? Shit like that. So, I mean, I don't know, I guess, but I hear you. I guess I just, like I said, I never ever think about it for me as it's how you're saying that, it's for, it's just
But-
doing that nice thing.
but
I'm
it's-
looking at it is that I'm making the world better.
That's a
Because,
great way
you know what I'm
to
saying?
look at
That
it.
if I turn around and I hold the door for you and you were having a funky day, you're like, oh, that nice guy, he held the door for me. and then you'll pay it forward, whether it's you're holding the door for somebody else or you're, letting somebody in a lane or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? Or just saying a good morning to people. Like that's why I said I'm not.
I do the same as you, bro. I do the same as you. But the point I'm trying to make, and this came from our good friend Steve, who we have
right.
several times, who said to me, you don't do it to get rewarded. You don't, not looking to get anything out of it except for how you feel about it when you do it.
Right. Okay.
And that's self-gratification. Of course, that's awesome. You should be doing that.
Right.
And you sometimes have to be reminded. Sometimes that's what's the point I was trying to make, is that sometimes we forget that.
Okay.
But
I'll give you that.
paying it forward and all that other shit is awesome, because that's that's like a bonus.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And absolutely, I think that's the right way to go. But I was having that conversation with him, and he brought that up. I was like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. I'm not actually doing it to get like any kind of, you did a great job.
Yeah. Pat on the back.
To me, the way I do things, or the reason I do, is a lot of it is more in like a sense of justice. Like I wouldn't want something done to me, or I would want to be treated a certain way, so I do it. Because that's just how I look at it. It's like, well, and I think of a little bit is what you said, like kind of lead by example. If you do good things, maybe other people will do good.
Will follow
pay it
suit.
forward. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just But if you don't try to do good, and then people don't experience good, then
they'll never know what good is,
and then they don't pass the buck.
Yeah.
And passing the buck being a good thing in this.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Paying forward.
And it's harder being
usually
good
pass the buck
than it is being bad.
Godly. It hurts sometimes to be good, bro.
Because you have to put effort into, you have to be conscious of everything.
Yeah.
But when you're not doing that and you're bad, that's a whole other level.
It's so easy though to be bad,
and you could fall right into that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And that's just not someplace you want to be.
Depends, because sometimes being bad is like.
Listen, we all have our moments when when it's necessary, I guess. So hopefully not that many, especially at the fucking ages we are now. So
yeah.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, it's just those things come into my head sometimes, and I was thinking, oh, that would make a good podcast. So let me ask that question, and of course I have a bunch of other ones that I can ask you guys. I mean, when you talk to your kids, I know this is how I talk to my kids. I said, you just do the right thing. You take care, make sure this, that, hold the door for something. And they always did what I do. And I always make sure to hold the door. And this, like you, if something is not reciprocated or noticed or.
Right. I'll say it out loud.
I will say out loud, you're welcome.
Yeah. See, well,
it doesn't happen that often. It's usually once in at least for me. It's not like an everyday. Most of the time, people are really helpful. I hold the door. Like somebody's coming in.
Yep.
Whatever it is.
Have you noticed that kids are the ones that say thank you before the adults?
Yeah,
that's good.
And that's
adults supposed to be doing.
Well, no, because then the little fuckers are gonna they outgrow the thank you. That's why they were adults that don't say thank you when you hold the door. They go, yeah, you little shit. All right, go ahead, Lou. Let's go.
Okay, let's see what we got here.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, here we go.
All right.
That's just an easy one. I'll say this. Should you always return lost items, even if no one knows or otherwise?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Or take it to the lost and found, I guess. Yeah. So here's a crazy. My sister had left her wallet. She left her wallet on the New York City subway long time ago in a land far, far away in Brooklyn. She left her wallet on the thing. She had just moved to Florida. Don't you know somebody sent her shit to Florida? They sent it to the address, like her wallet, money, everything that was in it. They sent it to the address to my parents' house in Florida.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I was like, what?
Doing the right thing.
So that person was like, oh.
That's really nice.
Right. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, okay. So, yeah, return the wallet. I've always, as kids, if you knew where the money came from or you have an idea, like when we don't find it in front of your building, you go and you knock on the doors. Hey, did you leave $50 over here? Right. You drop $20, shit like that, all that kind of stuff. But you know why I do that? So this is where I'm selfish. Okay. So it was Ted Turner, right?
Okay.
BNG?
The dude, the old rich guy from back in the day that he ended up, they said that his mental, he was like dementia or whatever, and he used to do that. I'm pretty sure it was the Ted Turner guy. I just lost his name.
Didn't he own TNT? The network?
Whatever it was.
Was he the guy
Turner Network? Yeah.
Like he built the super huge plane.
He made the plane. No, that's...
that guy. But anyways, if I'm wrong with the name, sorry, my bad. I'm having a brain fart right now. But anyways, he walking down the street, right, all disheveled or whatever, this dude comes by, helps him out, and takes him to where he said he needed to go, like a hitchhiker. He says, talking to the dude, like, oh, so what's your name? Thanks for helping me. The dude ended up putting him in the will. So when he passed away, he had left the dude like $1 million or whatever it was in his will. So for me, it's the selfish shit. That's what I'm saying. I remember if it's freaking.
But you're not doing it for that, though. That's the point I was trying to make. You're not doing it so that you could hope that someone leaves you.
Maybe this guy's a wealthy guy puts me in as well.
Yeah, first of all, it's like a pipe dream. It's like fucking playing a lottery ticket.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's on the cover, one of those things like, yo, are you rich? You know what? I'm going to ask you, bro. Hey, yeah. Come on, I'll give you a ride. My name is Keny. I live at, 1313 Mockingbird Lane.
Think about me when you die.
Yeah.
Remember me.
Put me in the will.
Do you need anybody to house sit?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. But no, I mean, like I said, I know it's like you just said, it's playing the lotto. But it's always that kind of thing in the back of the head, like, fuck it, what's the downside to being nice? I probably wouldn't take the money like that anyways, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that particular dude did in the story. It's a true story, bro. It's a fact.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But, it's one of those things like, yeah, man, that's fucking hilarious, bro. That is funny. But yeah, that's always in the back of my head. Serious shit. The little shit.
I got another one for you.
Go ahead.
Is it ever right to tell a white lie for someone's happiness?
Are they on their deathbed?
Doesn't say that. It was an end. Were they on their deathbed? No.
Wait, so what was it again?
Is it okay?
On the deathbed?
No.
His ADHD was totally not here.
Oh, yeah, where you going? No.
Yeah.
to make them feel better, you say, right?
So is it ever right to tell a white lie for someone's happiness?
There you go.
I mean,
I guess if it's your kids when they're little, because you can get away with it at that point, because eventually they're going to learn the truth. I mean, you're telling them a white lie about Santa and the Easter Bunny.
Yes,
and
true.
all that other
Santa
shit.
Claus is real.
Me too, bro. Okay?
I don't know, man.
Is it?
I think it depends on the circumstance.
Right.
If that makes any sense. You
Right.
know what I mean? It's not okay to lie,
but it is sometimes.
yeah, like I said, depending on what it is.
I think you might know that situation if it came up, right?
Yeah.
Because you would know, like, I don't know this person maybe, or
Yeah,
whoever you're
well,
talking to.
yeah, or even somebody that.
Well, that's why they use the term brutally honest.
Right.
Not
Right.
worrying about hurting someone's feelings.
Yeah.
and,
Right.
and
I
telling
get
the
it.
truth.
Well, I mean, no,
brutally
no,
honest.
no,
You know what I mean?
Yo, your wife is
So-
cheating. Do you just say it like that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just saw somebody crash into your car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was you that
That's
did
not
it.
even a white lie, bro. That's
But you
brutal.
did it. Yeah, but if you did it, like, yo, we just drove off. You know what I mean? You were the one who crashed the car, who scratched it. Do you confess? Do you tell that little white lie? Like, I don't know. I just saw the guy. He got in the car and he left.
Bro, you're taking a whole scenario.
I know. I'm just messing with you because, your face, you're like, whoa.
This question, it was a very simple question. It wasn't complicated. Tom, do you agree or not? I mean,
No, I think you should. I think you tell a little white lie for somebody's happiness.
I guess I would think that if I felt like something wasn't right or I needed to do it for
yeah,
whatever
right,
reason,
exactly.
my instincts kicked in and said,
Yeah, no.
I'm not sharing
Yeah,
this.
I'm not
or
gonna give you
whatever,
that.
or
Right.
whatever it might be.
Yeah,
I don't know. I guess
Right.
the situation would present itself.
Right. Definitely. I think you should. I think you should, like I
Right.
said, depending on what it is, as long as nothing's like super severe, you know what I mean? Super serious, you know what I mean?
Right. Then you'll be brutally honest.
Right. Then you'd be like, yo, so no, that outfit does not look good on
no.
you.
Yeah.
You're not coming out with me
What
to
were
the
you
bar.
thinking when you looked in the
Yeah,
mirror?
exactly. What did you get your mirror? Circus?
I'm always honest. When I talk to my wife, Tara, I always tell her, I always say, like, if she asks if something looks good, I tell her. When she goes shopping, she goes, this look good? I said, no.
Yeah, right.
Because I don't.
Well, no,
I'm
because
not going to tell her, yeah, it looks good.
Yeah,
And then,
No,
you know,
I always tell my wife,
Yeah,
if I'm out with her and she's
Yeah,
buying
yeah,
clothes
yeah.
and stuff,
Right.
I'll be like,
People
go,
yeah, right.
you know,
I do that
kinda
too.
thing.
But now,
Because I got a good taste, especially in shoes, bro. I'm just saying.
this guy. But I think, does that count as? I mean, does your spouse count? You feel me?
I know
Because
Why
people
not?
always say, like, oh, that's always the thing. Like, oh, how does this look on me? It looks fine, honey.
yeah,
Like, well,
right. But that's what I'm
I
saying.
don't do that.
So you don't lie to your spouse because you need your spouse to
Kidding
know.
around and go, oh, you look great.
Oh yeah, but you're saying that like that, they know you're full of
well,
shit.
that's
Yeah, they know you're full of shit.
that's
No,
a sarcastic tone.
Does this make my
So,
ass look big?
If you like her.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't make you look.
No, it
look
does.
awesome. I don't think that to your spouse. I don't think it counts. Me personally, because like I said, I don't mind telling my wife stuff. You know what I mean?
What? So a family member or your kid?
Yeah.
or,
Anybody outside of it? Yeah, the kids. You like to. No,
Yeah,
like
no. Someone said to me,
listen.
does this make my ass look better? I'd be like, no, I wish it did.
Yeah.
My grandson had a haircut, right? And he looked like his hair was all down. He had bangs. We were talking to him on the phone. And I was like, who cut your hair, man?
Yo, that is too
My sons are
funny.
laughing. It's so funny because it comes to the side, but it was down. So he had like the bowl cut, like he looked like he was one of the Three Stooges. You know what I mean? I loved it. It's
Yo,
like,
that's fucking hilarious.
so yeah,
yo.
no. And those times you can be brutally honest too, but they're little. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, they're not gonna remember that anyway.
No.
Yeah,
bowl haircut, like what's his name, Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber.
Not to that extreme, but could be close.
Yeah, pretty close. That's funny as hell.
When he had it like that, yeah.
Yo, that is
Funny
great.
though. Funny kid, man.
That is too freaking
Make
funny.
me laugh.
I love that shit.
Yeah. So no, see, this is what's good about this, because look what it already pops up other things that we're talking about that are involved in doing the right thing, right? It's just not just, it could be anything.
Right.
You know what I mean, in life. Let's see here. What do I got, baby? When is it right to forgive someone who hurt you deeply?
Wow. So on my desk, I have so I had a while back, I had a calendar and it has the little sayings in it, you know, you should forgive and stuff like that. I took that page off. I, with packing tape, laminated it. But before I laminated, I put hell no. Like, you know, you should forgive people. Hell no.
Hell no.
It depends on what, you know what I mean? Some things are unforgivable, some things
you know what? I'll be
misunderstanding
stuff,
maybe.
Forgive,
you know?
but not forget. So does that count
It
as
depends.
forgiving?
Yeah, you should not forgive.
I don't
They
think
could
the
be for a
forget
long
thing,
time
you
before
know,
that's going to happen.
I don't know about the forget thing.
Listen,
that never made sense. Forgive and forget. It's like, what do you mean?
You're never going to forget.
Right.
But,
So
you know,
then-
if you're forgiven, you just remember. I don't remember.
But you're going to remember it anyway.
Remember that fucking time? No.
Right. But then where does it become forgiving if you don't forget?
But technically, you're never going to forget it. You know, it's
Right.
always going
So
to be
then
there.
I'm never going to forgive you because I'm never going to give you that chance, that info, that whatever that it was that you
have to be
betrayed
happy
me.
or comfortable with the fact you're going to forgive them for whatever reason, and you're all right with.
Yeah, and like I said, I won't.
But if you're not, then you're not.
Yeah, I'm just. I won't. Like I said, I don't forgive like that. You know.
I got you, bro.
And yeah, so I gotta say, for me personally, I'm like, yeah, no, I don't think there is a time. I guess it depends on the person. Every person is different.
I have people flying through my head right now that I could say absolutely not.
I would say if it's over like small bullshit, but if it's small bullshit, I wouldn't be. There wouldn't really
not a lot.
It wouldn't be like a bad anyway.
Right.
You know, I wouldn't be bad. You know what I mean? So it wouldn't even require
Right.
a apology. Then I guess right. So I guess you're right. If it requires an apology, how bad is it? You know?
Right. You know, yo, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. You know,
I didn't mean to
sleep
with
do
your wife.
Well, see, I wasn't gonna get
yeah.
there. But see, now if they found out you did that, then that's that's on you. So you gotta,
How about things sometimes aren't forgiven, but you are able to
let it go?
No, not for them, but for yourself. Because most when you have that weight off of you, then
right.
You get let go of this burden. You're like, you know what?
So then that's when you cut that person off.
Right. You can do that too.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like that.
I'm sure we all in this room have done that.
Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean?
Well,
there are people. Yeah, definitely. There are people that I just kind of like ghosted just for my own sanity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a couple other people that I just officially like, yeah, so don't come back. I'm not going to see you anymore. Like, we're good. It was fun while it lasted. Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, I hear you, bro.
Wrap. You know what I mean?
I totally get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done that.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
Yeah, man.
Let me see if I can get a really.
Yeah. But it's funny. See, people probably expected me to be like, oh, yeah, I slept with your wife. You know what I mean? And that would have been a Keny's thing. And Lou took it. That's funny as hell.
How do you handle a situation where everyone's doing wrong, but it's normal? Wow. That's a question.
How do you handle...
I feel like that could be more of like a workplace situation.
Yeah.
Where everybody's stealing time and you're like, but like, fuck the company.
Right. That was a shitty question. I'm sorry.
That's not a shitty question. That is one of those like work ones because it depends on how shitty it is. You know what I mean?
Well, right. You hope you don't have that in your job, right?
Yeah. Well, again, it depends on how far up the ladder that is going.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
True too. Yeah. Well, you can't. You have no control, and that's the thing. You have no control.
Right. You have no control, so everybody's doing the bad thing.
Let it go.
Let it go. We watch sports smack.
It's always a workplace thing.
Yeah.
My God, it's always a workplace thing in that situation.
Yeah. I'm going to have to agree with that, bro, for sure. Yeah.
Should we be honest about how we feel, even if it hurts someone?
Oof. Depending on the person, maybe. No. I don't know. I can't.
Listen, if you have to do it, then you have to do it.
Yeah, I guess so. When it gets to that point.
It might
It's
get
almost
to that
like
point.
Similar to a white lie question, but this is more like if you're like, what do you mean like how we feel? Like if like something happened and we got to.
Like you got into whatever it might be, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, people have blowouts, over stupid shit. And,
Yeah.
But
that's usually what it's about. Sometimes it's important,
Well,
to them it might be stupid. To you, it might be.
It might be something worthwhile.
Right,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? Like, I mean, is when you're patient. But at the same time, I think is where you are where you are at the end of Monday
Yeah.
would be like, don't talk to me.
Should you be honest about how you feel, even if it hurts someone's feelings?
Yeah, I think Tom is right though with that. That probably goes along with the white lie.
Or
But
hurts them, whatever, same thing.
I don't know. I mean, it depends. It's so everything's so nuanced. You know what I mean? Like it depends what the situation
Right,
is,
of course.
right?
Mhm.
Because
Of course.
like if it's
But
like
you could see yourself doing it if you had to, right?
yeah,
If it
of
was
course. If
necessary.
you
You
have
got to the point and
yeah,
you're like, enough,
yeah,
I can't do this anymore.
Well,
yeah.
then here's the question. You ready?
Okay.
The level of friendship that you have with that person or that family member.
You should be able to do that.
That then it wouldn't be being brutally honest. It
Yeah,
would just be like, yo, listen, you need to stop. You know, you can't
Listen.
do that shit and leave it alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've had that with my friends.
Yeah.
You know, I could say with Frank for sure. No doubt about it. We'll call each other out on some shit,
Right.
you know, whatever it might be. You
Mhm.
know, but at the same time, if you have that kind of friendship, then you, like you just said, then it's not a big deal because you can do that with one another.
Yeah.
Sometimes some people who you don't do it to for whatever reasons,
Right.
and then eventually you do. You just lay into them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Maybe
yeah,
like
I
a blow
guess
up, like a blow up.
Yeah, not necessarily blow. Sometimes it
Oh.
could just be words, certain
Oh,
words,
mhm.
depending on whatever the situation calls for, and they're being
Right.
sarcastic, or they're making a dig at them, or
Right.
they're being facetious, or you
Right.
know, fucking looking to antagonize you for some reason
Yes. Yes.
because they know it will hurt your feelings, it'll piss you off. They know
Right.
what buttons to push.
There you go.
There you go.
Sure.
See,
There you
this
go.
is a good therapy session. I gotta say.
Yeah, right. No shit. Yeah. It's like, dude, I remember maybe I should just call him up. Like, dude, I'm sorry, man. Dude. Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's what a person could do to you. I mean, if they feel like that you're getting to them somehow,
Right.
now you get to the point where you're like, yeah, bam, and then
Yeah.
you just throw it on them, and they're like,
I got something for you.
yeah.
Say hello to my little
Say
friend.
hello to my little friend.
Yeah, that's it. That's funny as fuck, man. Yeah, no, I think that, you know, with the questions that you're asking, bro,
I know.
I think it just
You don't
depends
like 'em,
on
do you? I'm
who
sorry.
you're talking to.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I really do. The ones that you've asked so far. You know what I mean? I just think on who it is that you're speaking to,
Oh, he's-
what the circumstances are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
that. you know.
and most of these questions are the same, right? Because we keep saying the same thing. I think in every one of you said that.
Mhm.
Where it depends on the situation,
Right.
what it calls for.
Mhm.
But you do the thing.
Yeah.
You're actually answering the question, saying, "Yeah, I would do it. Just depends on the situation."
Right.
First. So you already know that something.
Okay,
Something.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because that's where you're conscious about it. You know?
Yeah. Right. Definitely. Definitely.
Or at least you would hope to be, right?
Yeah. To some extent.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's So here's a good one. All right. Should you take responsibility for the unintended consequences of your actions?
Yeah, of course.
You have
you
to.
got it. You got it.
Yes.
Right?
You have to.
Absolutely. Accountability.
Yes. But now, so I'm a few times I've
Because
been
he's
told
got a
because
rabbit
you know,
hole,
saying-
baby.
Yeah. Well, no, because you know what it is that
I know.
I
It's
think
good, bro.
people don't understand me.
No, go ahead.
You know what I'm
Answer-
saying?
answer the
And
question.
I'm not saying to you, I'm saying like, you know, like certain people just don't get where I'm coming from and why I say and do the things that I do. So that then I can take accountability. But it can't be that I'm taking accountability when I have to react to something that you've done. So
Well,
then
yeah,
I have to
that's
cover
what
my
you're
ass. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Well, the accountability has to be the person who started. I hate he started it.
Right,
But you know
right,
what I mean?
but
Like,
yeah,
It goes back to the
that's
person
where the person
who-
that's
right,
accountable.
And that's what we're
Right.
talking
I
about in the
don't
last
think-
question.
I don't think because that's crazy talk when
Right.
when if you blow up at someone and then they get mad at you, how come you blow up at me?
Right,
Well, because
yeah.
you were a fucking asshole.
Right.
You know.
Well, you got to take accountability for what you did, but
Yeah.
you're an asshole. That's why I had to do
Right,
what I
right.
fucking
You know what
did.
I mean? Like,
exactly.
Right.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
in that
Right.
situation, then it's always going to
If
be the
you'd like to
person,
know the
the
truth.
person
Mhm.
who started the situation
Right.
is the
Right,
responsible party.
And that's the
But
person
this
that
is
usually
saying
asks.
Yeah.
you take responsibility for unintended consequences, right?
You mean like, oh, you didn't think, I didn't know it was going to happen? Of course, yeah. Like you didn't.
Well,
foresee.
yeah, okay, then I guess then yeah, then I guess yeah, that's a different answer. But then yes, you do have to take accountability of what it is
I
that
didn't know
you've done.
setting off fireworks in your house was going to set the house on fire.
Word,
That's all
'cause
I
I
did.
They're
Should you
gonna
take
do that.
responsibility for the unintended consequences of your actions? So in other words, unintended, it could have been an accident. It could have been
Something could have been taken the wrong way.
Right,
Or right, right. Or it could be any
Yeah.
situation,
right.
right? But of course, I think you would have to take responsibility for it.
Yeah, like I said, if I
Even
did
if you can
something,
defend yourself, they're gonna be like, "But you still went,
Right.
you know."
No.
right, like shit, yo, I forgot to hit record. And then you'd be like, "What?" And like, "Oh, my bad. I'm
I
sorry."
thought you did.
No, I know. You say
Because
I would take
for the audience
accountability
at
for
home,
that.
this is
you better take
it's
accountability,
happened, bro. It's happened. We've got like 20 minutes,
Yeah.
and the button
Yeah.
wasn't pushed.
Like we didn't hit that button.
Man.
But no,
Yeah.
but that would be an example. Yo, my fault. I'm sorry. Or I had the volume all the way down. Yo, listen, my fault. I wasn't paying attention. Then
Right.
yes, take accountability.
Unintended,
Right, unintended. So
Yeah,
yes,
something like that. Absolutely.
yeah. Your faces were priceless though. Thank you guys.
Oh yeah, I was like, I really thought he was serious. This bastard.
You're
Can't
welcome.
stand him, man.
Wait till April Fool's comes.
Well, we're not at the end yet, so I'm going to give you something different. Okay.
Let's have a flashback.
Yeah.
All right.
I know it a few times, guys.
When do you give someone a second chance, and when is it enabling?
So you mean when's the opposite? Well, I think
It's more than a second chance.
I mean,
that's when it's enabling.
That's a tough one because I would say when to give someone a second chance. I mean, if you hear them out and it is sincere and the story does sound legit and it's not just like an excuse,
Right.
then I mean, but it depends. Or is it like a track record where like, and a fucking apology is going to be like nothing,
Right.
fucking just to get you to be
Right.
happy.
Yeah.
Then
Right.
fuck that. You're enabling them because
Right.
you've obviously done it before.
Yeah. Again and
That's
again
enabling.
and
Again and again. It's like they're just
over
taking
and I let
advantage
you.
of you.
Yeah.
They're just taking advantage of your kindness at that
Yeah.
point.
So I think you're right, Lou, when you said,
Yeah.
after the second time, it's enabling.
Yeah, to me, because you're already starting it. Because it's
Yeah.
like when you have it with your kids, when you're like, I said to put it away.
Yeah.
And instead of taking care of it and
Doing
having it put away, but then you're asking another 10 times.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, no.
So then now punishment
Now they
comes.
know that all
Right.
you got to keep doing, and they're going to just keep doing.
Right. Exactly. They're letting you rock.
Right.
I
So
mean,
they-
you're letting them. Yeah.
They figure it out. They manipulate you.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. There you go. So after the second time, it's
Sure,
enabling.
I think.
I would say so.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Now, though, is it on just the one thing that you're giving them a second chance? Because if that person just does shit, that's just that person. You know what I mean? Like it isn't. Yeah. All right. I'm sorry. I won't smack your hat off your head anymore. But then now they turn around, they're poking you in the ribs. You know what I mean?
I didn't say I wouldn't poke you.
Yeah,
Now
you
you're
know,
like,
shit
"All
like
right, now
that.
you can leave."
Like you mean that? Like, does it go for everything? Is
no,
it just
now
for
you
certain
can leave.
things?
Break the finger.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Just turn it upside down.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna have to
That's
go with
usually
that.
what
Though. But then you would cut that person off. Then at that point, no, or that person because they
Right
keep
there, it
doing
would
stupid
be.
shit.
I'd be like, you got to leave.
Yeah, you gotta go. Lose my number. Yeah,
See?
definitely.
Yep. Took advantage of me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
What's wrong?
was it
Manipulating.
fool me twice?
Fool me once.
Fool me once, shame on
me.
you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Right. I believe that's the correct way
Yeah.
to say it. Yeah.
Da.
Let's see. Do we owe future generations a sustainable planet no matter what? I say yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I'm going to be a cyborg. So I need the planet to be.
Just do me a favor. If you actually happen to become a cyborg, just come find me. That's all.
Well, I can't resurrect you, though.
Yeah, you can.
How?
Because by that time, they'll be able to do everything.
Yeah.
But your brain, well, I don't know. Your brain might be.
We'll make
already-
sure we preserve his brain when
Yeah,
he
yeah,
dies.
put it in
Right.
brain.
There you go.
Freeze it up.
Just
Hold on.
write Abby normal on it.
Yeah. That's
I
great.
believe that was.
Yeah. That's fucking funny. Yeah, no, that I think, yes. I mean, if you love your kids as much as you say you do, as much as I say that I do, you want them to, have a nice, rich life as healthy as possible.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You want plan to be
Yes.
to be sustainable,
Right.
so they can live.
So
and
I
not be
want-
under all this crap.
Exactly. So I want my, the next generation to be
Of course.
able, to live in some kind of, healthy environment, that they're not, having to, I guess like almost any other post-apocalyptic, story, that they have to go crazy trying to find good food, and not be, get radiation burn from being out in the
Right.
sun.
Right.
You know the thing is though, the thing I hate about, and I hate to sound like such a Debbie Downer, but like the whole
do it anyway.
environmentalism thing is like it's not that it's bullshit, it's that the consumer produces like, I don't know, it's a small percentage. It's like ridiculously small, like 3 or 4% of the waste
Compared to what?
compared to what the corporations do to
do
waste.
with all
Oh,
the
yeah.
farm
So like
animals and all that.
it's
I don't
like
care.
we're barely putting a dent in it, and all
Right,
the
right.
all the stuff we do because they're just dumping shit and
Right.
wasting shit, and
Mhm.
they're the ones who are producing the plastic.
Right,
They're the ones
right.
who are saying, "Oh, we're
Right.
gonna use plastic because it's cheaper than glass
Mhm.
or metal or whatever stuff."
When
That's
you want to fight against that to be able to stop it,
Well, that's the thing. Like you gotta like I feel like
Just
that
so that
if
you
you want to
won't be
make
there
an
for your
impact,
children or their children.
this is my
Children.
the activism mindset
Right.
I have.
Right.
I
Like,
knew
if
you were
want to
gonna go
make
there. I was
if
like,
you want to
I'm
make
waiting.
the impact, you gotta
Yeah.
fucking you can't. It's got to be
But if
more than
people are gonna
just
still-
like I'm gonna bring a water bottle instead of buying water,
Yeah.
or I'm gonna. It's like because like the consumer, like the companies that produce so much friggin' waste that it's like you could barely you could have a emission-free car, you could recycle everything,
Right.
and it's like these companies just dumping shit.
Right. They just put it right back. Yeah.
Right. We have to do the right thing.
Yeah, but they don't.
It's
And
a
they
whole
don't.
thing. I know.
Right.
It's just a rabbit hole.
Yeah. It is.
It really
it's a fucked up cycle.
It's great. It is.
I don't know. I guess
Right. It's a
So
contradiction.
I
Yeah,
think
for
if
sure.
we want a better
Power,
future for our
over,
children,
right.
and we need to get out there and fucking make a difference and get into legislator and
Right.
get into lobby and all that shit because
Yeah.
it's
Well, we don't even know what the hell is good anymore anyways.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? In all honesty, like,
Yeah, no, I know.
is this okay? But it's not okay. You know what I mean?
Well, and the other and then you're fighting against the river or fighting against the stream or whatever.
Yeah.
Or swimming against the stream.
Swimming-
That's
The
right.
current,
But
yeah.
like because the companies have lobbyists
Right.
trying to pass legislation in their favor so they
Right.
can dump more shit and
Mhm.
not have to pay for
Right.
it to be recycled and
Right.
So you got to hope.
and then you got EPA laws that are being overturned and without getting into too much politics
Yeah.
because I know we don't talk politics. But I'm just saying like there's
I
a
get
lot
it,
of
though.
it's like an uphill battle.
Right.
It's just,
Right. You're definitely like a tidal wave is what you're fighting.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Forget
yeah,
about
yeah,
a
yeah,
freaking
a little uphill, up a creek.
right. But I get it, bros.
Yeah.
Is it right to intervene when you see injustice, even if it's dangerous?
I feel like John Quinones is going to come out soon.
Yeah. Seriously, bro.
do?
Yes.
So,
love that show too.
That's such a good show. But, no, I feel like you don't want to put yourself in danger. So I would say no. I'm not. I'll do the right thing, but I'm not going to be a hero. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In that point where I'm going to put myself in danger.
But still figure out a way to get it done.
Yeah, but I mean, like
without having to get yourself killed.
Right.
I
So
don't
you
know.
just called the police
Or
you
something,
know,
whatever
you
it
know,
or
might
you pick
be,
up
right?
that bat.
I'm not
At
putting
least do
myself
something,
away.
even if it's not actually getting involved.
Right.
Maybe if I was younger, I'd put myself in harm's
Right.
way, but I got too much to,
Yeah.
I got kids and, like, if I was in my 20s, yeah, I'll get in the way, I mean, I could do it. I could
Yeah.
take them,
Yeah, because like even like now, there's
Yeah.
certain things I'm like, but I think that's my growing up mentality. So there's a point where it's like, just mind your business because
Right.
you don't know why, cause and effect,
Right. I think instincts comes into that as well,
Right.
right? Because your
Mhm.
body, yourself tells you,
Right.
don't get involved, and then sometimes it tells you, hey, this doesn't feel right.
Right.
I think.
Like, when you see domestic violence, you see a guy beating up on his girlfriend or, whatever, vice versa. And I've gotten in the middle of like, yo, cut that out, whatever, and then end up in a fight myself.
Right.
You know
With the
what I'm
guy.
saying?
With the guy.
And then the girl jumping on my back because
Right,
she's like,
because
please, my
you should
dad,
mind your
oh."
business. Blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
He
Right.
just knocked your tooth out. What the fuck you talking about right now? You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff.
Right.
So,
right,
been there, you know what I mean?
right.
And
Enabling.
yeah, there you go. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
yeah, it's I think depending on, like you said, I think depending on how violent or how bad the situation is
Yeah.
will determine on how you intervene.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? Like if I see
Right.
somebody, if we see a bunch
I
of
would agree
kids
with
getting
that.
jumped. So let's say the three of us are
I
out
would
hanging
go
out
over
somewhere.
there and try to get in the middle of
But
it.
it depends because, like I said, if the
Do
three
we
of us are
outnumber the
together,
people that are getting jumped? If
No.
it's one,
But
if
see-
a kid's getting jumped by one guy, 3 of us could take him.
Right.
Well, but I'm saying, but see,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
no, but then he's not getting jumped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I see, like,
Oh, yeah,
if
what
we
you
see
mean?
it from a
yeah,
distance.
well, like I said, we went down to the mall and we were hanging out that day. We would have seen 5 kids, teenage kids, 16, maybe 15, 16 years old, and they're punching the shit out of one kid or whatever. We'll
Right.
walk a little bit slow because, for me in my head, I don't know what that kid did to deserve that, smack around that he's getting right now. Like, all right, cool, that's enough to enough. And then you start pulling the kids off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. I know we could handle, 3 of us could handle, 4 or 5 kids beating up on the one. Now, if it's a gang of motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying?
no.
Looking at 5 or 6 and they're just like, or 7 or 8, I should say, and
no.
they're just stomping somebody. I'm like, security,
Yeah.
security.
Please,
what I mean?
somebody.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Hurry up.
It's
gotta
like
push.
that kind of thing, But
gotta
only
s-
because of how violent things have gotten, you know what I'm
Things
saying?
are
With all
bad.
these young
Right,
kids
yeah.
lately.
Yeah.
These kids, everything is gun and,
Yeah.
stuff like that,
Yeah, it's just be careful don't try to react.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the
Right.
thing. Just as far as keeping yourself safe,
Right.
I mean.
Yeah.
Even if someone pulls in front of you or whatever, like just
Right.
just like, no, I'm not letting them have it.
See,
I'm
that's
not
why I
gonna give
drive
it to 'em.
fast. So just so
Right.
they can't pull out in front
I
of me
hear you,
that
bro.
fast. I'm just saying,
He
bro.
always has to find an excuse to give him a reason to drive
Oh,
fast.
listen, Bubba. Yeah.
That's crazy,
I
man.
don't need no more.
What is that all about, bro?
Yeah. I'm just saying. Yeah. I
You
think it
know?
just depends on the circumstances, though. Like, just always have your head on the swivel. Pay attention to what's
Right.
going on. Because they even say, like, too, when you turn around and you have to be careful when you go, if you stop on the side of the road to help somebody
Right.
out, because, that could be the setup. They come in, give me your car, son. So, go ahead and do what you got.
Let's see. Yeah. I know Keny like this one.
Oh.
Should you correct someone publicly if they're wrong or do it privately?
Oof. Does it depends
That's
on
it.
who it is.
It depends on the situation.
Depends on who it is. I don't care about the situation. I just think of who it is. So if you're a dick, I'm telling you in front of everybody, nah, bro, you're wrong. Look that shit the fuck up. You're wrong all day.
Right.
It was somebody that I'm cool, like, nah, Tom. So later on, I'd be like, yo, go look that shit up because
That was wrong, yeah.
That wasn't it, bro. You know what I mean? We won't say nothing, but, I got your back from over here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it just depends on the person because I'm an asshole. We know that. I'm a fucking dick. And I have zero issues with telling that one person, nah, bro, you're full of shit. That's not where it was.
I know you don't.
That has nothing to do with it, bro. You're wrong. Look that shit up. Look it up.
Well, it's funny. It's like back in the day, like someone could be like a bullshitter.
Right.
Like you couldn't fact check them. You can fact check people on the spot now.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And I'll do that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
For myself,
And also
sometimes
they'll say something. I'm like,
I just want to look it up just to go, I knew I was right.
I don't want to. I don't do it to be a dick. I just want to know the truth. I'm like, let me see. That doesn't sound right.
Doesn't sound kosher.
Right, but it's how you say things.
How you say it.
Right to somebody.
I don't be a dick about it.
Because you do it publicly.
Situational.
I say it.
Right.
But I
like,
try not. I don't do it in a dick way. I'd be like, oh, I just looked it up. It's I guess no matter how you say it, it comes off as I still do it anyway.
Now I will say,
what being a dick?
No, I'll look it up and say that. I won't say like you're wrong.
Yeah.
But I'll be like, oh, I looked it up. It says this and that. Maybe.
Right. That's a different combo.
Yeah.
So now, see, for me, there are things that I know for a fact when I learned about said thing.
Okay.
Right. So I know that, the Lamborghini had the lemon yellow, like that was the color. It's not true. I'm just saying, that it was the lemon yellow. Lemon yellow back in, 1983. And that's what the Countach, that's what the color was, the main color.
That was
right.
Yeah, that was.
But then I don't say what year it is. So now you fact check me. Like that wasn't the color that it was. It was mellow yellow in 1984. I'm like, I said 83. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of those things. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, you know what I mean? I know that when I said it. So I've been fact checked on certain things too. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't know. Dig a little deeper.
You've
because
done it with
I
me.
know
I've done it with you. Like
right. But because
I'll share something with you. And go, oh, I didn't see this shit.
Yeah.
Or you do it with me as well.
But
we'll send stuff to Tom.
But we have to check. If you do the deeper dive, then you find it was like that before until it changed.
See, I do that. You know what? I do that. I'm that person.
Right.
But I do it. I think it's a neurodivergent thing because like I just need clarity. Like I'll be like, actually, it was 1985, mellow yellow. But I try not to be a dick about it when I say.
No, but that's why
I'm
I
a
say
clarity
things to
person.
certain people.
I like clarity.
Depends on the person you're going to say.
It depends on we're having a conversation.
Sometimes I won't say anything.
If I know the person,
I do it for myself.
If I know the person's arrogant and they're going to get offended by me fact checking them, I'll just be like,
no, relax.
Depending on what it is, I'd be like, yo, dig a little bit deeper because I remember those words. Like you and I follow this guy that does the timeline. The black dude with the dreads.
Yeah, that guy. The guy that always does the Mandela effect.
Mandela effect. Like, you have to follow. You have to. I'm gonna send him a couple to you.
That's all he does is talk about Mandela.
And the things that he says, like I remember things being this way, and I'll agree with some of the shit that he says.
Did you ever hear about when they talk about the timeline that it got skewed?
Right. That's what I'm saying. That
and it actually was not that askew, and they were on a different timeline, not the one that we were presently on.
And there you go. So then,
can you imagine that?
Right, but then, so I'm not saying that that's why, because that's our conspiracy theories, in our conversations like that. But I'm saying that there are things that I remember being a certain way. So that then it's like, well, some people saw it like this and others didn't. You know what I mean?
Or you remembered it being a certain way.
But I'm saying, like, when you turn around and, like I said, to fact check somebody, or call somebody out on something, I know I saw it like this. I know this is what I saw. I remember the song or whatever it was that was this.
Right.
So that then you're sitting here telling me, no, it wasn't. And you're calling me out. I'm like, nah, motherfucker, look that shit up. Because I know that's how that shit was. And then you come to find out that there was, other sayings or a skit like with this guy where he says is like Jim Carrey did a bunch of skits. Did you see that one? That there were certain things that he did in his skits spoofing real life stuff.
Okay.
So then now when I watched it, because it was a funny, that's what stuck in my head. So then I remember that that's what it was when it really wasn't.
Oh, yeah,
I
that
see what
happens
you're
a
saying.
lot too.
It was I got you.
Yeah, I can't. It wasn't Mandela.
You just
there is a
confused
lot
one
of
thing with another
Mandela
because he said it or how whatever
right.
happened.
Yeah. Right.
There is a
Gotcha.
lot of well, the same thing. Like I think like Tommy Boy screwed up the Luke, I am your father because he was doing that in the film. Luke,
Right,
I
yeah.
am your father. He doesn't say Luke, I am your father. He
But
says,
see-
no, I'm your father.
Right, but I don't remember the original movie.
Yeah.
I do. And it was
But so do you remember it saying, Luke, I'm your father?
no, never.
See, I don't remember. I'm not even going to make believe
No.
like I remember that
That's
shit.
like the Star Trek where Kirk says, "Scotty, beam me up."
Yeah,
Well,
right.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Beam me up, Scotty. And that
He never
Suppo-
said that
no.
because other people, because someone else said it
Right.
and it became
Beam
a
me up,
popular.
Scotty.
Right. So what did he say? What was it? It was just beam me up
Beam me
or
up.
beam us up?
Right.
beam me up.
Beam
It
up,
wasn't Scotty beam us up?
beam me up, Scotty. He never said it. That beam me up, Scotty was never said.
See?
Just beam me up. I
Yeah.
think he might have said, or beam us up.
Read a beam up? Shit like that.
Yeah.
Well, like I said,
Enterprise.
yeah,
Captain Kirk.
beam us up. Okay, right. See, so that then, but I would
here,
say,
But he
you know-
never said those exact words, beam me up, Scotty.
right? See, so that then now that was
That's
Jim
funny
Carrey.
though, right?
Right, but because Jim Carrey did that in Living Color. He said, Scotty, beam me up when he did their little
And like-
yeah.
And some things are just like the way people say things or pronounce things. Like people said the Berenstain Bears. It's Berenstain Bears,
Right.
but everybody thought it was Steen because just people said that.
Right, but then
because Steen is a popular last name.
well,
Right.
because but
They're
see,
they're nice. They're nice.
but
Jewish
now we're gonna
bears.
go with that because then you have
Berenstain.
no, but wait, what's his name? Fucking Young Frankenstein. So Young Frankenstein is Frankenstein.
Yeah.
So now because
Right, Frankenstein.
right, so then
Frankenstein.
right, so now if Berenstain, Frankenstein is
me
that
on.
yeah
Is it Frederick Frankenstein? No, it's
Yeah.
Frederick.
yeah
Why isn't it Frederick
yeah
Frankenstein?
right. So then
It's not.
there's that something that then is why we heard it different.
Yeah.
That it's Berenstein or Berestein.
But you know it's but the actual Mandela effect and the reason why they call it the Mandela effect is because when Nelson Mandela died, a lot of people thought he was dead already.
I'm gonna tell you what, bro.
Because they thought he died in prison. They didn't
I
even
sure
realize
as
he
fuck
became
do.
president.
I knew that
he became president. And
I
then-
I remember him dying in prison.
No.
I remember him
getting
being
out
president.
and become president. I remember that.
I remember him like they said president. I remember President Mandela talking on TV.
Yeah, I remember when he got out of
yeah.
jail and then he became president.
See, I remember him dying.
Yeah, no.
That's what I'm saying. Before president,
Right.
Like I remember him being the activist and all that other
Really?
stuff.
Shit.
Yeah,
Isn't that crazy?
yeah.
That is the Mandela effect. That I don't think there's a good explanation for that because that one. How do you explain that one?
Right.
Because the other ones were explained. It was like
Because it's playing
you know,
telephone.
things
and
are.
it gets by the time it gets to where it goes, it takes on a life of
But there's
its own.
people saying they remember seeing the news that he died in prison.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And then there's people who were like, I remember him being president of South
Yeah,
Africa,
like
right?
yeah,
South-
yeah,
I remember
yeah.
him being president of South Africa. I
Yeah.
remember them I remember he did there was a big major thing that happened
Right.
in the news when he was president in the 90s. I don't know if he
Right.
did something to bring peace to
Mhm.
the country or whatever it was. I remember seeing him do it, and then I remember seeing him die. But I don't remember him dying in prison.
That's
no, I
funny.
don't remember dying in prison.
Yeah, see, I remember him
But there's
dying
a
in
lot
prison.
of people who
Yeah,
really
saw
do.
him die in prison.
yeah. But and so then
Or remember him dying in prison.
I remember him dying in
Yeah,
prison, bro.
right.
I
Well,
could
it's the
sit
same
here
thing
and
with
tell
like
you that
the
shit.
Monopoly man. Did he have a monocle or did he have a monocle?
Right.
He didn't, but I remember him having a monocle. And
Yeah.
then again, that people say, well, that's because the Ace Ventura. So people think he has a monocle because the
No,
guy, you must be the Monopoly
always-
guy.
That's one I always
Don't
thought
have
he
ask-
did have a
don't have to
monocle
collect
when I was.
$400.
Right. But that's what I'm
Right.
saying. That's why they say,
Right.
like, listening
Like
to the guy
pop
who
culture
say.
changes your perception.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's
what
the
happens.
funnies. It's the things that we grew up with, the things that we
Right.
even saw on
Yeah, but we're pretty good at sifting it out sometimes, knowing where it came from and who said it and why and how it
right.
was said.
But
and
it's
all that other
still,
stuff.
like I said, yeah, 1,000,000%, Lou, 1,000,000%. Because there was shit that I tell you, I remember it being
But we
this
still
way,
did.
and
Another common one is I'm bringing up a politician, what a politician said, but I'm not bringing up politics. Is what's her name when she was governor of Alaska
have
said,
to
I
announce
can see my house from Russia.
Russian from yeah.
But she
Sarah
never
Palin.
said that. What's her name said that on Saturday Night Live, and then that became the thing. Everybody
Oh,
believed she
that's
said that
right.
Right.
because it's just
You
that's
did say that.
how-
We
It was
were
just
talking about this
she
shit.
did say it. She did. She.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because
The scuttlebutt was she didn't or she
she
did or whatever. Or she made a comment
yeah,
about it or something
yeah,
being funny or
yeah.
something
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
Not
See?
necessarily, but it, like he said, it just took it out of
Yeah,
context
went
and went
freaking
from
bananas.
People
But
just
she really wasn't
assume.
the brightest box. I'm
we
just
know,
saying.
we know.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Okay, we got time for one more.
This is the last one.
All right.
At last, would you
At
set
last.
free a mythical beast if it meant the world would judge you? Mythical beast, if it meant the world would judge you for letting it go, of course.
Oof.
Well,
Tom,
setting
you
it
let
free.
Cthulhu free. What the, you know?
Yeah, hey, what the hell is wrong with you?
I would let it free because if it meant that if I let it free, it would go where it just would go. You would hope, and it wouldn't.
Well, most mythological beasts.
I know there's
had
because like is Bigfoot or
I'm
a
thinking
unicorn.
For some reason in my head, I have something flying. I don't know.
I just picture like when
Quetzalcoatl.
you say beast, that's the first one that came to mind was Cthulhu. I don't know why.
Now, which one was Cthulhu?
That's the one that's like got the tentacles and like it was in the South Park episode. I don't know if you saw that one where
No.
they had him.
But what was it from? Greek?
You know what?
Yeah, see, that's funny because I don't know. I don't remember that one.
You let go.
I was thinking because Quetzalcoatl,
the serpent or the serpent, Leviathan serpent, which is like the
yeah.
you
See,
let that out. Like, what is it going to eat people? Is it going to destroy?
Well, but see, but
there's
some that actually go after evil.
Okay,
You know
well
what I'm
then you want to.
Said then I'm going to be judged, but then people are like, well, I did this when I was 17 years old. Am I going to get am I going to be damned now?
Mythical beast.
Is what you've done since.
Would you set it free?
I would set it free. I would.
I think I would if I knew what it meant. If I didn't, and because other people didn't know, and hopefully they would learn that in time, that the right decision was made. You would hope it was.
That makes sense.
Right.
That was the Kraken. Release the Kraken.
Yeah. Release the Kraken.
Release the Kraken.
Yeah.
But you got to have Medusa
to stop him.
Just turn him to stone, baby.
Yeah. But the Kraken, could help. Just put Medusa head away because some motherfuckers got to go.
Let him do his job.
Clean house. Yeah, no, I would. I would. You don't know? You wouldn't do it?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
No.
I would. I would.
Just in case.
I was thinking something flying, like more of a dragon or a Pegasus.
Unless it's like a non-harmful like mythological beast. Then,
right.
Yeah.
If it's crazy.
It should be.
Well, like you said, if you're gonna do like a unicorn or Pegasus, Pegasus, then you like.
What's if it's like a mythological being that can destroy things but doesn't? Like a dragon. Like the dragon's not just gonna go fuck up buildings. It's gonna eat things. It's gonna hunt. It's not gonna go attack buildings like what's her name, Targaryen, destroying the whole city.
Imagine the dragon would
You know,
communicate, right? You would have to be able to communicate with the dragon.
But a dragon would just be up in his castle and he'd go and hunt things and then go back up in his not castle, his cave or whatever.
Right. Right.
So yeah, maybe. I hate to give the depends answer because it's so wishy washy, but it really does. Like if it's gonna harm people or a lot of people,
then
maybe a couple.
Even in mythical times, we ponder what is the right thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The right thing is to be nice to everybody, bro. Fuck all else.
The right thing is just to do right. Be nice. Of course, that's part of it, right?
Right.
But mostly to remember that it's not about getting something out of it necessarily, but you are automatically getting something because you're getting gratification by doing it. Knowing that you did it, right there is your reward for sure. At least that's how I feel.
I get you.
When I heard that phrase, so for me anyway, I was like, okay. And I was reminded that I was already reminded about this once before. So I asked the question twice.
Funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, that works.
Funny stuff, man.
Yeah. That's
sure.
Cool. All right. I was a little bit nervous. I'm not going to lie. Beginning of the questions. Like, fuck, what's
I have another set. We'll do those next time.
All right, cool. We got you.
So I'll cut this part out, but I have an idea.
Go ahead.
For the on. When we do the holla at the end, we could turn the switch off.
It's on Lou's side.
Off air, and then the episode ends.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So you got it on your side, Lou. All right. So cool beans. So with that, thank everybody for listening, watching, being here with us. Like, subscribe, and all that other good stuff. And love, peace, and hair grease.
Live long and prosper.
And may the force be with you.
Holla.